All right, welcome to Jack Dodson's Racing Insider News uh, with Adam Wellbrock. No Scott Allen, so that's a benefit.
What's an upgrade?
Yeah, and then we got Aaron here, so always got to have that one trouble person here with us.
I thought that was Roger, Jack.
I have to be nice tonight.
Okay,
You can't start.
yeah,
with
that's right.
it.
You're here on an official deal, right? So you got to be nice.
Yes.
Okay,
You
don't
can't start with them.
don't blow it. Don't blow it, then.
Yeah. You're gonna get me fired.
So we don't want to do that. But anyway, we're going to forego the news for right now. Adam and I will do the news at the end of the show, and I will also go through our sponsors too. So we want to go ahead and get with Aaron Goodwin, who's got some news for us from the Star Superstock series. So tell us what you got going on here. I know you got a lot of stuff, so go ahead and.
We do. So we announced earlier, due to some logistical challenges, we are not going to Tri-County with the Cars Tour on Memorial Day weekend. Well, that's a bummer. We quickly got some ideas rolling, and we will be rolling into Hickory with the Cars Tour for the throwback race on July 27th.
Okay, cool.
So excited to take our guys down there, run at Hickory, and hopefully we're going to put together some incentive for our street stocks to do a throwback as well and get in on that fun. So we are going to look for a sponsor to partner with and try to, make it fun. It will be a fan's choice vote. So we will share all the throwback schemes that we get that participate, and then the fans can comment and vote on our Facebook page.
Well, that's cool. That's pretty close to Tri-County. So not the same date, but I'm saying as far as the crowd size, crowd situation.
Yeah.
So,
And we'll be with Cars Tour. So we're definitely it's going to be a good show. It'll be on Flow. Our guys will get really good coverage, and it's going to be exciting to see them on track.
so does the Stars Tour have, you and I have talked about this, so I think I already know the answer, but I'm going to ask it so everybody else will know.
Okay.
But the Stars Tour and the Cars Tour, do they have an agreement where they will run together as much as they can?
No.
They do not have an agreement.
It's the way Boo worked the schedule this year was, trying to share the love and trying to excite it and shake things up a little bit, and really what was in the best interest of the drivers. And something that I think Boo has done a phenomenal job with in this tour is it is a driver's tour. It is for the blue collar working driver. It's, to benefit them, to give them the platform, the spotlight that they deserve to elevate their program so they can even afford to go and race on the weekends, which is why, we locked it in with an 8-race schedule. And we are constantly working. We are so thankful. There's several tracks that support us, welcoming us in like family, that are reaching out and want us to come and race there. And there's just not enough time. But so I'm excited. We've got a lot of things working.
With it being like a blue collar type of series, I guess you would say, with the people involved in it, 8 races for them that's sometimes that's hard to do for a lot of people. But it's also good that they have the 8 races they can do other things other than that too.
Yeah, exactly. And we're traveling all over. Like our last race was at Lonesome Pine, and that was the very western part of Virginia on the side of a mountain.
Yes.
So we had a lot of guys travel and go out of their way and get there. And again, it's just a testament to what Boo has built, that these guys trust him and will follow him and show up to support him.
Any thoughts of somewhere down the road expanding it a little bit more to more races, or is that not an option right now?
Are you asking me, or are you asking like
you're now part of this? I mean, you gonna have
Yeah. I don't know what Boo has planned. We talked a lot about what next year is going to look like, and obviously, I don't even want to know. I'm losing the vote to the little Mayhem Terror being in a race car next year, so that's going to be a part of the schedule. So I don't know what the next year looks like.
Well, that's you're gonna lose that vote, so you might as well forget that
I
one.
know Boo is very deep into already looking at race schedules and everything for him.
Now, Boo Carlisle just sent a message in here, and sounds like he said, he says he wants to know the phone number of that girl in the middle.
He was. Oh, he's been to the fair and seen the bear. Boo.
Been to the fair and seen the bear.
That is his famous tagline. He says that all the time.
Yeah, he's got some good ones. I've sit down and heard it. Now you got another thing you wanted to pass along and say what's going on. One you didn't tell me about, but go ahead.
I actually wanted to know. So, talking back about Lonesome Pine, we partnered with Tim Brown and Slinger Speed Co. He was our title sponsor at Lonesome Pine, delivered some killer shirts for the Star Tour. And we've been working closely with him and Susie for all of our merchandise needs. And he will be unveiling some pretty awesome Kickin' Asphalt merch very soon. But we are so excited to announce that it is now the Star Super Stock Tour presented by Slinger Speed Co.
Oh, that is cool. That is really cool.
We are honored to bring them on as a series sponsor, work with them in their partnership. Tim and Susie, they provide quality merch.
They do that.
They show up on time. They deliver. They go 100% in for their customers. I say all the time, it just matches perfectly. Like our tour is for the drivers, and Tim and Susie put out merch that is for the drivers. It elevates everything. So we are very excited. We've got a lot of merch that will be coming soon across the board.
Him and I mean he's got a shirt right now with a slinger on it. I've got a shirt.
Everybody's repping it.
Yeah, I got slinger on it, and my dealings with Tim have been. I mean, I could call him and say, Tim, I got something special I need to get done. Can you do it? Yeah, I got you, no problem. And he's got it. He's got it right there. He'll do it for you. I mean, it's just maybe one shirt, and he'll have it for me.
He's on a lot of race cars too, I noticed.
So yeah, so that's
it's one thing. Tim Brown, he loves supporting motorsports and all parts about it. I remember a few years ago, I would ask him, like, what don't you do? And he was like, I don't know yet. And I've yet every crazy off the wall idea I've come up with, Tim has been there to help me bring it to life. I mean, he helped me create Ricky Smoot and delivered with it.
I
So
haven't heard Ricky in a while.
that's probably a good thing.
he's probably locked
Probably a
up.
good thing. So yeah, we're definitely excited. We've got so many awesome things going on with the Star Super Stock Tour. We even have our cars being put on iRacing, so that's super exciting.
I saw that. I saw it.
And so yeah.
This is the chairs.
I'm gonna go
Okay,
check
well,
on
then,
Mayhem.
you go check. Go check on the. Don't sound like he's too happy. So anyway, that's big news. That's a big deal to have him involved in some.
That's awesome.
I've worked with him on some things, and maybe down the road I'll get him to be the sole person on my. I tried to. Well, I ain't gonna say that. That's not a good thing to say out loud. So I'll keep it to myself. But anyway, well, while we're waiting, we'll talk about Saturday night here at Langley Speedway, and then we'll get to Roger in a minute. But talk about Saturday night. It was an awesome night as far as Connor Hall's concerned.
Yeah, he's back. In case you hadn't noticed. 4 for 4 in 2 weeks and 7 days.
That is unbelievable.
I mean, it's like he never left.
I was thinking, and I was sitting there. I wasn't talking to you about it, but I was sitting there thinking, man, if he comes from ninth all the way back to the front, that's gonna be a pretty big deal with the people that he has to pass to get there.
There's some big names here, yeah.
And then Riley ran a heck of a race.
Riley, the poor kid, man. I think that's the second week in a row that Connor passed him with like 20 to go. I think he was leading last week too. And he's got to be wondering, why are you here today, bud? I think I said it on the broadcast. Any night but tonight. Come on.
That's right. Well,
he'll get him one this year. His time is coming.
Oh, I think so. And I mean, He's already won what, two limited? I mean, two
Too limited.
Virginia racers.
Yep.
I mean, some people tell me not to say limited.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say it, but anyway,
Some people don't know what Virginia racers are.
yeah. So I mean, that's
It's a lose-lose, Jack.
I know I've heard, but anyway.
He's gonna win a modified race too.
Oh, I think so. He's tough in the modifieds.
Yeah.
He'll get there eventually, and then that's
He's out there leading, but his car handles so good.
You can see it.
He
Man.
doesn't have to run it hard.
Once he gets to the lead, he backs off.
He backs off and rides. Then he goes fast. I mean, don't know what they have, what they figured out, but
He
it
built it
works.
before last year,
And-
and I mean,
yeah.
night and day difference. I mean, I'm standing down there in turn 1 and 2, and you can see him close the gap.
Well, I mean, when you think about it, though, he's got he had Chad Bryant helping him last year. I mean, I'm sure he had some input on some things to help Connor with, and this year he's got Nelson. Those guys up there at Henry County, Nelson.
I don't know what they.
He says they run a different chassis at Nelson. Because I asked him, "Are you learning stuff with the car store?" He said, "Not really. It's a different chassis." So I don't know. I'm not a race car driver, but
Well,
I'm sure they've got some input.
Nelson may want to think about looking at going to the chassis he's got because he's
Well,
awesome on
I
it.
mean, look at last year. He ran that car for the Hampton Heat, didn't he?
Yeah,
They brought the Chad Bryant car and he parked it.
yeah, and parked it
He
and
ran his own car.
yeah, run his own car.
And
That
he
was
won the race. Or he didn't win that one. But he won the
well, I mean,
first race.
I mean that's unbelievable that he that car is awesome and maybe they need to look at it.
Yeah.
Also, in the Super Streets, Tim Wilson got the win, but he fought for it because there was some going back and forth until Bill Aker blew the transmission in
Man.
his.
That hurt to watch, didn't it?
Yeah,
Goodness gracious.
He
did
finally-
everything right.
he finally got by him,
Yeah.
and then
On the restart.
and blew the transmission. I said, man, they finally got by him, and that's unbelievable that happened to him. Huh?
Grand Stock.
Grand Stock, yeah.
Grand Stock was.
Did you say Grand Stock? You
Did I
said-
think I think I said Super Street? I think it's a Super
Oh,
Street.
Grand
Grand Stocks. Okay,
Yeah.
so I was wrong. Landon Abbott won Super Streets. I'm sorry, that was my mistake. That's not the first one I'll ever make. So. Yeah.
Landon's the Connor Hall of Super Streets, man.
Yeah, he comes down here and shows up once every so often,
Once a
and,
month, once every 2 months.
and then
He wins.
he wins a race. That's unbelievable
Yeah.
that they go that way. So the racing here at Langley, I forget who won the bandos. Who won the bandos?
Yeah.
That's right. Nevaeh won the bandos,
Right. Flag to flag.
and that was a good race. And the Legends race was a good one.
Cody's on fire.
Yeah, Cody Carlton. I mean, he is wide open.
Fortune teller Roger Bell over here.
Yeah, they weren't going to rest until they figured it out.
He figured it out.
I see what they do at the go-kart track down there at Dixieland, and they're smart. They know
They're good. They're really good.
A win in that last week.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
This week, I think he was even more excited.
Yeah, Scott's not here tonight to keep me straight. I'm enjoying life tonight without Scott. No, I do miss Scott when he's not around. But hey, when you can get Adam Wellbrock and Brian White in here to take his place,
Shoot.
I might as well just, I might as well turn the lock on the door.
His spot while he's away, man.
That's right. I'm gonna go out there and turn the lock so he won't ever come back in. So anyway, are we good? Okay. Anything else you want to say before you go? Because I see you're getting ready to go.
Nothing else that I can share yet, but I can say I'll be back.
Okay.
Stay tuned.
All right. Well, we'll be waiting for you to come back. So, would you like to drink?
I
Yes.
would.
All right. So that was pretty awesome night of racing that here at Langley this past weekend.
Good across the board.
And of course, at the end of the night tonight, we're going to go ahead and do the winners and all the other places and other tracks and everything. So
Other tracks, 12 cars. We didn't tear that much up this past weekend.
no,
There was carnage everywhere else I saw on social media.
man, that was. Did you see that leg Brandon Hoffman had?
Tore the
That,
whole roof off the car, man.
man, the whole roof, the whole body fell off of it.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole
He's got
thing.
no luck, y'all. I feel so bad for him.
That's the car he's supposed to bring to Langley, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Goodness gracious.
this,
Frank Colts over there, Brian.
all right. I see we got Buddy Isles sitting there waiting. I don't think he got any racing in today, so I know he didn't. So that's crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
Watching it rain.
So what have you done all day today? You know, just sitting around, or did
Yeah,
y'all go leave the track or what?
No, we're camping right here. With the Cars Tour. It's only 3 of us. It's the Cars Tour camper. Robert Arch is beside us, and we're camping right here beside him. So it's just 3 of us right here, and we're outside of turn 2, right across the highway. It's about a 2 or 3 minute walk.
Oh, okay. It's not too bad to be out there like that. Now, seems like you're having a pretty decent season starting out here in the Cars Tour. Has it been a big, huge learning curve for you?
Yeah, it's probably it's definitely been the toughest thing I've done as far as racing. Just going to asphalt last year, being the first year, and I struggle with not really knowing what the cars want.
Yeah, we'll do it after this.
And then a lot of new tracks. I feel like I adapt to the tracks pretty good. But the cars, I really don't know what the car needs. Week in and week out. So that's a big learning curve for me. Is knowing what a car needs to be at, especially from the practice to the race. How much stuff changes, and different tracks change different ways. Some get tighter, some get freer. Tire wear and all that. So it's really tough. Which I expected that coming into this season.
How much of your history in dirt has helped you with it? I mean, there's got to be some similarities at some places that the dirt history you have helps you out some.
Yeah, so places like Hickory, it's rough, it's cars real free, no grip. I felt like Orange County was pretty much the same way. Once the races there last year, I felt like it fit my driving style. But I went to places like Ace. I was really good at Ace last weekend. We just had some problems in the race, but everybody talked about how hard Ace was, and to me, it was really close to, like, I compared it to Halifax County, where I'm, the racetrack right there in Brinkleville. Tight corners. The straightaway is a little bit longer than my local dirt track, but I felt like the probably the turning radius and how much you use the brakes and how you turn the car, I thought it was pretty similar. So I kind of hit that off pretty good. So you can definitely use the stuff. It's just when these cars get tight, like for me, especially tight, like in the center, it ain't a whole lot you can do with it that I can do with it. I don't know if anybody else can do anything different, but that's what I struggle with.
Now, are you doing any dirt racing now? I know you probably don't, because you got the Cars Tour and everything. So I know you probably don't do any dirt racing, but I know you would like to, I'm sure.
Yeah, I wish I had the time, or I sold most of my dirt cars. I knew this was going to be a big deal. I still have like a street stock car. I have the Sportsman car that I won so many races in, that I kind of started in 05. I still have that. I just don't have time. Running. We got 4 businesses, and my daughter just turned a year old last Saturday, and the Cars Tour is pretty much every other weekend. So it takes a lot of time up, and that's really why I haven't raced dirt. Like I would like to. I haven't done it in 2 years now.
Now, you said the Cars Tour is like every other weekend. How hard is it for you? I mean, you're there in Littleton, and you got to go to all these places. How hard is it to run a business, but you are involved in a business, and try to make it to these races? Like today, you're there, and it's Tuesday. I mean, that's got to be hard for you and hard for your business.
Yeah, we have a really good team. I mean, that's the only reason I can do it. we have a couple great, leaders and managers there, and everybody else. And we usually keep about 18 people at the shop, and we have a really good team there. And that's really the only reason we can leave. Me and my wife both, because we do it together. So we left. We left yesterday at 12 o'clock. I mean, just preparing to leave is tough enough.
Yeah.
Just because we have. I mean, I feel like we have to get everything situated at the shop. Some things we do still pretty heavily involved. And so we had to get prepared for that. And then you're gone, like we may be gone probably till Thursday. I'm pretty sure, they're going to try to get the race in tomorrow, but they really don't have an option. It's going to have to be moved to another date if they can't do it.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough if they don't get it in tomorrow.
Yeah.
I think the cup. Aaron was telling us the cup trucks start moving in on Wednesday, so that's gonna be tough.
Yeah, the plan was the pros were going to finish tonight and get out of there, and the trucks would come in tomorrow. So now I'm assuming the trucks will come in Thursday because it's kind of an open date. So I don't know. It's going to definitely jam it up. I mean, we may be racing tomorrow night at 12 o'clock. I'm not sure what they're going to try to do. I think they said they're going to try to get in no matter what. And I mean, I hope they do, just so we don't have to come back, because it jams up scheduling if you have to come back to a track, later in the year.
Yeah. Now you're running the Cars Tour, the whole Cars Tour, but are you going to be running any other races, any other other places? So
yeah. So the 17 races Cars Tour, I think it's 17. It's 20 races total that I'm set to do. So it'll be Martinsville, the Orange Blossom race at Orange County, and the Triple Crown races. It's 20.
you're coming to Langley.
Oh yeah, yes sir.
All right, man. That's good to hear. I'm glad to hear you coming to Langley.
Yes, sir.
Now, you got a dad who's been very involved in racing over the years. I mean, I got Roger Bell in here. He knows him racing against him and everything.
Oh yeah, him and Roger race together a lot.
And but does he go out with you to some of these races, or is he not as involved as
Yeah. I mean, I try to get him to come tomorrow. He's supposed to be coming tomorrow. And we got enough room in the camp for him to stay. He's made it to most of the ones, probably, I don't know, 80% of them this year. But I opened up another business, excavating business, and I kind of let him do his thing with him because he likes running the machines and all. And he's like, I got a job to do. I can't go this weekend. I'm like, it can wait. Just like, tell him, we'll be back Monday. So I still got to get him to get away from work so he can come to the track and enjoy it.
Well, I know having him to lean on. I mean, he's raced for years and years, and I remember coming down to the old Brinkleyville,
Yeah.
and him and Speck Edwards and all them guys were racing down there. I mean, that was a highlight of my life growing up, was being around those guys.
Yeah, he won a lot of races back then. I don't remember it so much in the 90s, but I know late 90s and like 2000, 2003, he won a lot of races at Halifax and Brinkleyville, but I remember in Kings, when Kings was open, he won it was like 60 races out of 63 in like 3 years. It was unreal back then. I didn't start racing until 05. But he was dominating, the years I could remember back then. So
Yeah,
that was awesome to watch.
Yeah, he was a terror when he was on the track. He was the odds-on favorite to win races. Ain't no doubt about that.
Yeah.
So.
And he didn't care what. I mean, he kind of reminds me of Darryl Arnold a lot. I mean, he didn't. If he had to move you out of the way, he'd move you out of the way. He didn't care. So,
I remember the first time down at Brinkleyville, he was on the flag stand.
Yeah,
he was the flagman up there at Brinkleyville, and I remember the people were talking trash to him. He was on the flag stand, and I thought he was going to come down to that flag stand during the race and beat somebody. He was getting hot.
Yeah, he would. Yeah, he run it in the 90s. He was the flagman and race director in the 90s. A lot of people probably don't even know that story, but yeah, he did that in the 90s. He actually flagged at County Line sometime around the late 90s. I remember going there with him at County Line, and then he ran the track for 3 or 4 years before Mike Wells ended up with it. And he
Yeah.
bought it. But Dad ran it. Actually, he ran the whole thing then. But yeah, he flagged and all that stuff back in the early '90s and mid '90s.
Yeah, he had me come down and do I came down and did something for him down there. I think it was he had all the drivers in there on a Saturday and they had a cookout or something, and he had me come down there and talk to the guys. That was pretty cool. I mean, to see this Joe Huss was there. That was a pretty big deal. So your dad's been around for a long time, man. I tell you.
Oh yeah, yep.
Hey, buddy, what now? Who do you don't drive your own car? You drive for somebody else, right?
Yeah, Mike Dawn Racing out of Mooresville.
Okay. Do you spend a lot of time down there with those guys working with the car, or do you not have an opportunity to do that?
Yeah, every chance I can. I actually went down there. I've been 3 or 4 times this year. I went down there last Friday because I rewrapped the car I really wanted to rewrap the car for Wilkesboro, just to have something new and fresh and a little bit different. We went with like a bunch of gold overlays and stuff. And so anyway, I went down there and wrapped the car Friday and stayed all day and did some things that they didn't have a lot of time to try to finish up because they were building a new car and they had a race last Saturday too. So I like to work on the car, but it's just that's tough too. To drive 3 or 4 hours, during the week, when you got 3 or 4 day race weekend or whatever you got going on.
Buddy, tell us about the good tire test at North Wilkesboro. How'd it go for you guys?
We were really good here. We didn't have a lot of speed, but the car I felt like was excellent when we left. We ran one set all day. We didn't ever mock up or change tires. We had 2 sets of tires that day. I didn't really notice a difference in the tires. It's a harder sidewall on the right side, but I'm too new to it to really know what it was like to run the F45s and switch. Because a lot of these guys have been racing, a long time, really, with a Cars Tour. Some of them 5 years, 10 years. So I think for them to switch from 45s to these ST2s and 3s for here, a lot of people struggled or felt like they struggled, as a driver. But I'm not used to the 45, so I really didn't tell a difference. I've had some bad sets of tires this year, and a couple races that really hurt us in the race. But I don't know. They've gotten better. I think last weekend was probably the best weekend overall at Ace. I didn't see anybody that really struggled with, a bad tire here and there.
Well, buddy, we appreciate you spending some time with us. I know you're in the car sitting there watching the rain fall down, and I know you're hoping you'll be able to get stuff in tomorrow. So hopefully I saw the condensed schedule, so it's going to be a busy day.
Yeah, it's gonna be hopefully we get some practice. I don't know. It might be just straight to a race. So
that would be tough.
Yeah, we're gonna be winging it, everybody, I guess.
All right, buddy, we appreciate it. Hope I can get you back on here again real soon and see how things are going, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
Thank you. Appreciate it, man.
Okay, bye.
All right. I'm gonna Eddie Clark had him. Eddie, we could have had the barbecue tonight. We got Roger here. He would love some barbecue. Doug Sample. Hello, Doug. I'm glad you're with us. Heather Zedrich. Heather, thanks for being with us tonight. I think it's a lot of fun to have all these people back and come on the show. All right, now let's get the Dixieland Delight.
Yeah,
I went and saw Alabama while they were here, actually. A couple weeks ago.
Well, I figured it was you.
For the Dixieland Delight.
So you can come on in and have a seat with us.
Appreciate it. Oh, what a treat. Inviting me back, so I didn't wear my welcome out.
No, you ain't more. You're welcome out here.
what's up,
How are
buddy?
you good, sir?
I'm good. Always good to see you, man. What am I
All right.
fixing the car out here?
Buddy, I'm gonna tell you, I was gonna say earlier, when Aaron was like, I've been following the that Super Street tour that
Yeah.
Bo does and Boo. And like, man, if anybody had a car sitting around with a big boy seat, I would love an opportunity. I followed that. I know Frank Kimmel used to do a series. the
Yeah,
Frank
that
Kimmel
was
Super Street
yeah, that was
series. I just always love. And Super Street out here, I still feel like I have some unfinished business out here that I would love to have an opportunity to try something.
Well, tell us now how you got back behind the wheel. Now, you didn't race much last, or didn't race?
I didn't race at all. No,
Didn't race all last.
I'll be honest. I was just done. I thought we were gonna have a ride, but the good Lord knew better. My parents got sick, and it's just me. I don't have any siblings or significant others, rather, and so that I wouldn't have been able to race last year, even if I did have a ride. I wouldn't have been able to do it. So I just conceded, I'm not going to worry about it. If it's meant to be, it'll be. I just put it in the back. I didn't really keep up with a lot. It just, like I say, my parents' health that took priority. And so racing just took a back seat. I went to Dixieland some, and I was there, but I wasn't there. I just wasn't there mentally. I was there to support like Jason and Joey, Holly, certain, people, Denny, different people that's in our group. And I know most everybody down there, so it's hard to support. I like watching. I'm a fan as well as a driver, and but I just wanted to race, and it's hard to do it, and it's like
But it's good to be back.
Jack, I'm gonna tell you, I am taking it. I am just relishing the opportunity. I got a phone call.
Brad Adams of all people.
What Brad? Well, not Brad, but from Dan Peters.
Dan Peters.
Because Dan, like, he owns it, but I think Brad had some say about it, give Roger a chance or whatever. So, I'm very blessed. They called me and it was like, come see, the main thing was whether I could get in the car or not, to be honest. Because, me and Brad are so similar in size and everything. Joking. For those of you know Brad would know, those adult, Brad is he's probably about the size of Adam here, maybe, give or take,
Pretty tall.
So,
I think.
Yeah. Well, not too bad, but
Maybe not. Maybe
yeah,
else.
he's a little shorter than me, but so after the third seat and fitting and Dan just having to rework the sheet metal and the dash, there was a lot that had to go because race cars, most of you guys know, if you move one thing,
Everything.
You got to redo 10 other things to make it work. So the dash had to go back. They had to cut the door down. It's just but we're in it, comfortable now.
Got to be comfortable because I see where you finished second the other not too long.
Finished second, very fortunate. Second, yeah. The first one was that was interesting. I'd never driven. The setups on these things have changed since y'all had me on first, and I had won that car in the raffle and everything, and you could run an old late model stock car that converted to dirt. Now it's basically everybody's got dirt late models, and they let us 4-link them, even though we're still running a 3-link. But so what would work 2 years ago, you would get lapped probably now. The guys are so fast. And we were bottoming out, and I've never really ran these nice shocks, and this car I'm just very blessed. Like, I'm tickled. Like, I don't know if you remember when what they have now for gauges and stuff, but it has like the silver gauge. I don't know if you remember when like the monster tank, the silver gauges came out, like Earnhardt, and I was like, oh my God, I never could afford those or never had nice gauges. Like, even the gas pedal. It has the roller gas pedal with the little tip with the roller, the Coleman. I used to stare at the book in the circle track before the internet, and they came out with that Coleman roller gas pedal. I know it sounds crazy, but simple little things. It's all these things that I dreamed about having that I never could have, because it's like, do I go racing or do I just put the cheap gas pedal in it and go? And so getting used to all these things but the shocks mainly, and it was bottoming out. That was a different feel. I mean, it would stop, but I just was, all I kept hearing was Darlington in my head, like race to track. So before I would have pushed, I would have overdrove. And who knows what would have happened, Jack? I'd have probably wrecked or spun out, but I had to back off. I got passed, but I just raced the track, finished second. That was the first race, and then Mother Nature won the second one, and then put us in the whole qualifying the last race, and made some changes. Dan was like, let's do this. I was like, give me some more of that. And did some more. And so the car was drivable. So it's coming around. Just like I say, to have Brad and the guys who understand this stuff. I don't understand it. I've never dealt with
Dan knows his stuff now. You know,
Dan,
he's
smart.
you know, he used to run out Southampton, and he knew his stuff when he was there, and so that's a good person that you're working with.
Taking so many little cues. I told him the other day, I said, you don't even know how much you've helped me. And just taking little cues and conversations and things that he says and pick up, and like, I'm like, I could use that. So yeah, I knew that I knew it would be a good car. But I knew that I would learn from just a mentorship, and just like say what he's done. He's won at VMS or Mid-Bay back then.
Oh yeah,
but I don't know how much he ever went to Brinkleyville, but I know he dominated Southampton.
Oh yeah, he was awesome.
He used to run Dixieland, win there. So I picked up quite a bit.
He was definitely awesome at Southampton. I mean, he was one of the best out there on the dirt out there. So that was really cool to have him out there.
Yeah, I know it seemed like everybody had an incident. I know they changed the track. The guys were having trouble coming off of 2, and they would roll over, get up on the wall.
Yep.
I think they did some things.
Yeah, they put a guardrail on the wall, so the car would not roll up, because the car you would go in there, and the front tire would catch the wall and take it right up. It would just grip the wall.
Yeah.
So they put a guardrail on the wall.
To help
keep it down.
Yeah. I knew there was guys rolling, flipping,
and those walls are not fun to hit.
No.
Because I hit down there one night wide open going down the back. Yes, I did. I hit it wide open going down the back straightaway. The gas pedal hung. I was kicking everything I could find to kick out, and that didn't work.
Right.
So I slammed it out a gear and kind of turned it this way, and I went into the wall just like that. Boom! Shifted the whole front end 6 inches. I mean, broke 2 of my ribs.
Ooh.
Oh,
I hit that wall some. That wall at Southampton wasn't an easy one to hit.
In the mini stock.
Yeah, the mini stock
thing.
No, I had a Vega.
Vega. Okay.
And my brother had a Mustang.
Okay.
But I didn't wreck his guy. I did drive his car for a while too. But
I didn't know that. I didn't know you hit. Man, like, what do you do? Because
well, they come around there with the record truck and the ambulance pulled up there, right? And the guy says, "Come on, get out." Well, I said, "Man, I ain't getting out of this car." He said, "But you got to get out of the car. We got to take the car to pit." I said, "No, you don't understand. I ain't getting out of this car. Hook the wrecker up to it, and you pull me around. I'm going around with it." He said, "Man, you ain't got to stay in the car." I said, "Just pull me around." So they pulled me around. Then I had to get 3 guys in the pit to help get me out of the car. And I went over and laid on the back of the trailer. I laid on the trailer, and I just looked up and I go, "This is not good. I'm gonna be hurting for a while." And I'm supposed to be working. I was working midnight shift at where I was working, so I had to go to work after the race.
Oh,
Bruised
that
up.
night.
It's
Sucked it
That
up
night.
and
that night.
did
And
it.
it's no, I didn't.
Hardcore. ain't it?
I didn't. I went, but I had to leave and go to the hospital. I mean, that was I was hurting. I was hurting too much.
3 broke ribs and
2 broke ribs.
bruised up. I could
Oh
imagine.
God, I mean, it was. I couldn't hurt. I
But
couldn't
the
take a
speed
deep.
that you guys carried there
It
was
was
tremendous.
yeah, and you know, I had the bad part about it is I had a brand new motor in the car, and I was
That thing was working.
it was good. It was good.
Right.
I ain't saying it.
Well.
I ain't gonna say it was a winning car, but I'm gonna tell you what, it sure felt like one. But when it hit the wall, it hit it.
Wow. Were you able to bring that car back, or did you have to get a new?
Oh yeah, I took it. I got a buddy down there that's got a frame straightener and everything,
There you go.
straight.
and we, you know, I ain't gonna go out and get another car. I just said, let's go straighten that thing out.
Straight, yeah.
Took us a little while, but we got it.
Got it. Oh, man, how long did it take to recoup?
Probably 4 or 5 weeks before I even tried it again, and then I wrapped up good when I did it that time. So, you know, I wasn't in it for points, so it didn't bother me to set out for a couple weeks. But
Yeah.
but yeah, that was pretty awesome. And then the night I had the center section of the wheel. You know, back then in the mini stocks, they would take a rim, cut it, and then put the thing and then make it extend it out
Extended out
and
well.
weld it back up. Well,
right.
the guy welded me one like that. I said, "Oh, that's pretty cool. I ain't got to go buy no rims."
Right.
I wish I had,
It's
because I come out of turn 4 and the car it hit down like that, and I said, "What in the world?" And all of a sudden, bam! The tire had come off the car, hit the wall, come back up, and landed right on the hood of my car.
Oh no.
Lord have mercy.
And I was sitting there going, "That ain't supposed to happen.
No, right. You don't know what's going
That
on.
ain't where that wheel's supposed to be." But
I
that's
remember,
fun.
yeah, the old rules used to like you could plate a stock wheel, or you could do,
Oh yeah.
yeah. Nobody does it, but back then that's.
But after that,
that
that didn't happen no more, because I went out and bought mine
Right.
after that point.
Right.
So
to the center.
I mean, the center of the wheels and everything just come loose around it, and it was still bolted,
So
The rest of the wheel
right.
came off. Yeah.
still bolted on the car. And
It's like say the Jeep, that banking there, and it would grip. Dan's told me, a lot y'all. I don't know if personally y'all ran asphalt tires, Daryl. I knew y'all had to run.
we did.
McCrary.
We ran McCrary tires, yeah,
And you had to have a pretty hard one.
Yep. because
And
they
it
would come
burn
in.
them up, still would burn.
They would come in and put stuff in there to try to keep the track from dusting up so bad. And they would put stuff and mix it up, and then the daggone track would get so hard.
Yeah.
It would get hard, and you could, just like seeing a asphalt track, you could see the rubber on the dirt.
Yeah, that's what Ace, a lot of guys, I remember saying they would get, you get dirty, but I mean, you would get black because the dirt, not because of the tire dust or.
I had a friend of mine came out there, and he wore a white shirt for the race.
That's the only time it was white. It was never white again. Was it?
Right.
I tried
That's that good old orange.
my best to tell them don't do that, but it didn't work. So what's it like to be back and being competitive? I mean, you've been really competitive.
Yeah. It feels good, Jack. I mean, I can't lie to you and say it doesn't. I was tickled. Again, I realize how blessed and fortunate I am that they took a chance on me to do it. I'm just trying to remember just to have fun and not. I always used to put so much pressure because I was like, I got to win because I got to get a ride and I got to do that. So I'm trying to take that off, but I'm still competitive and I still grit my teeth, and I just taking what the car could give me and just learning. Like I say, it's trying to get the feel for it, but it's different. Like I say, it's a good car. It's competitive. I know we'll be there. We'll get up there, victory lane here. I'm sure. I believe in that. There's some things we still got to do, and I'm learning to set it what I feel like it needs or whatever. But like I say, being able to lean on like Dan or Brad, and Brad's so smart with setup and stuff like that.
I just hope y'all get to race.
Well, that's it. We got rained out, and I was hoping because we were going to have 2 weeks off, so I really wanted to do a race last week, but Mother Nature won that when there was, like say, 2 weeks before that. You know, I say we got all the mud and none of the glory. We were out there riding around to take the green flag, and we had 1, 2 tries, and then here comes the rain, and they're like on the race scene, okay, we're going green, and I'm like, you can't even, just in a matter of a minute, not even a minute, the track, you would think it would grip, but with rain, when it gets wet, it's slick.
Yeah.
It's like it is just slimy. It just instantly, there's no traction. I was going, no.
Veto that.
Veto that. So I'm just very thankful. All the people that came up to me or reached out to know we still have fans out there that care and want to see us. And
Well, you know,
we want to put a good show on. If we don't win, if we can put a good show on, maybe get people to stand up and but we're racing, and I'm thankful for that. Motor runs good. Like I say, it's good pieces. It's just putting it all together and me getting the feel. I'm a little rusty. My timing's off, so things get there a little quicker. Like I say, cars are faster. They're lighter. Like I say, we went from a 3,000-pound car to now we can run, depending on what you do, 2,500. So that's 500 pounds off the car. And so things happen quicker. They got a new tire that we run it on the rear. So I wasn't used to the other tires. I didn't really run enough. We were running on used tires, even though Grier, appreciate you, Grier, bought us some tires there at the end when I was running 2 years ago. So to sit back, I'm just taking it one day at a time. Just fortunate for an opportunity and to get to talk to you guys and just be involved in it.
Look how lucky you were tonight, Scott.
I know. No, Scott. Like
That's the third time now,
Scott. These guys, man, watching them do, I know y'all had Brian in here, watching them do what they do. I was up here the other week. It's amazing what they do, is it not?
It is. It's true.
And he can listen and keep up and pay attention, and because there's a lot of chaos going on there. And
I've said it 1,000 times, and I mean it. I actually mean it. So I'm not playing with anybody. But what we have here at Langley Speedway with Brian and Adam and Buck when he's here, you got the cream of the crop. I mean, there's other tracks, and someday down the road, I have a feeling we might end up losing Brian to a bigger and higher.
Might be sooner rather than later, man.
That's what I'm thinking.
I got a feeling that he's got some things coming this way, and the fact that he's still down there on Friday night at the little old, I call it the Podunk dirt track. Thanks for giving us dirt daubers a chance to stand on a platform and say something. I didn't realize Buddy Jr. was coming on tonight, so I'd like to see him because I've paid attention. I've seen him. I've seen his name when it scrolls. Like, he's moving up.
Yeah,
he's getting better. He's a talented driver.
He is.
I learned his dad made me like this guy coming in, and I'm trying to win winning races, and he paid me earn some things, and like I had to stand my ground there and earn some respect. And I learned a lot from following Buddy Isles Sr. I learned a ton.
All right, let's see. We'll come back to you in just a second. Let's get Lenny on here. There's my hero, Lenny BATYCKI. How you doing?
I'm out looking at the mud around my house and how bad it's been raining here in the Carolinas. Whole car store race got upside down.
I mean, it's raining here too, and I mean,
Langley Pond is out back.
Well, I was expecting to be able to talk to you guys from the tower at North Wilkesboro, where, we're going to be announcing, I guess, tomorrow, and talking about all the great, what Butterbean's doing and how he's on the pole and how Connor Hall is ready to dominate and to finally get his first win. But none of that happened.
No, none of that's going on tonight.
Nope.
So,
nope.
I mean, is it very far back to your house from Wilkesboro?
I only got about halfway, and they let me know, don't even keep driving. We're good. So tomorrow we'll go up there and do our stuff, and then we head to Meridian, Mississippi, a 12-hour drive for me on Thursday to announce for Hunt the Front Super Dirt Series. Or as the guy with you would say, a podunk dirt thing. But it ain't no podunk stuff. Up until last time, we had Bloomquist with us. Scott got wrecked. Billy Moyer has been with us. The Hunt the Front thing's been really cool. So having a lot of fun and getting ready for a Coca-Cola 600 on top of all of it.
I tell you what, I can't wait for Charlotte weekend. I mean, that's always a highlight for me to come down to Charlotte and get to hang around down there and get to talk to some of the guys and set up some stuff for us. And that's really fun to be a part of that. That's really cool. And I thank you for all your help.
Oh, good people need to be a part of the big party. And like the young man down the way from you there, your pit reporter is going to be one of them as well. The work that he did when we were there for the modifieds and, Buck and Brian, I mean, the whole bunch of you, there may make it an awesome professional experience.
And like I keep saying, and I've said it 1,000 times, the guys we have here are definitely very professional and how they go about doing the job. And I mean, they're knowledgeable. They've got everything they need. And I mean, it's unbelievable to have that kind of knowledge here at Langley and down at Dixieland too. I mean, they go to Dixieland too. So.
Oh yeah, Dixieland's great racetrack. Been there, I don't know, 3 or 4 times, and always a blast to see him down there at Dixieland. And Gonzalez running in the street stocks. One of the names I remember.
Sportsman. He said Sportsman.
Sportsman. Okay. It's hard keeping up with all them street stocks, mini stocks, U-cars. Gosh, so many names.
Hey, look, that's what kills me is Brian and Adam can sit here and they have 12 different series here at Langley. And it's just like they right out there and know every one of them. I mean, there's no problems at all.
Well, the thing to do is what Adam does is get out there, walk around, shake their hands, get to know them a little bit. It's not always stats that really interest. If you're looking for what a fan in the grandstands wants, and that's really the boss of all our bosses, like Bruton Smith would say, we work for the fans. That they want to know something about them. If it's a plumber, racing against a lawyer or against somebody else, there's different things that we can play upon to entertain the fans. And I always tell young announcers the first thing you want to talk about is their hometown. You guys are from Virginia, so if I say Virginia, this, that, and the other, and I'm wearing Carolina blue, immediately we've got tension. Immediately. So geography is the first rivalry and the most deepest rivalry. It goes from the hardest hardcore fan to the first time fan, and it's universal. So if you talk about that they're from one side of the Chesapeake versus the other, and you can find out more about them to make them more who they are. They don't need to be anything different. We don't need to invent characters. Butterbean is Butterbean. That's all. That's the easy deal. But somebody that went to high school at some place and was a quarterback or was this, that, or the other. Anything you can find out and dig up about them as a person, that becomes something that somebody likes and somebody maybe 5 or 10 feet away from them doesn't like, and then you play that up.
Yeah, exactly right.
Now,
do you ever...
one final thing on this. Statistic never sold a ticket, but a good versus evil has sold tickets back to the Roman Empire.
Yep, I agree with you on that. I'm not a statistics man. I like to hear the good stories and what's going on around them. That's the best thing. Now, do you ever stay at home? Every time I turn around, you're on the road somewhere. I see you're at home now, but do you know what the house looks like inside?
Well, I really had a big day here because I got to complete a few projects and such around, but I'm not here very much. It's got to be something odd for me to be around, but I love being out with grassroots folks, whether it's pavement, dirt, no matter what, drag racing. That's who I grew up from. I started traveling with racing when I was 13. I'll be 61 this summer. I really don't know much any other lifestyle, and don't want to.
Yeah, that's the way I am. I don't want to do anything else other than do this now. I mean, I retired from my regular job, and now this is what I like to do. So I'm loving every minute of it.
You got to chase happiness. Life's too short, and just find good people like you've got around you there. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, it's really cool. So now let's talk about the 600 weekend. What all is going on down there for the 600 weekend? I know you're involved in a lot of stuff down there for that weekend.
So I know on Thursday I'm going to Kannapolis to not far from the Dale Earnhardt statue and all. There's the Legends race that'll be more for first time fans to introduce them to Legends, get them hyped up. Daniel Hemrick's going to be there, and a couple of other NASCAR drivers will be there, plus some Legends drivers, and it's really just to kind of pump up the crowd in and around the great town of Kannapolis, North Carolina. So we'll do that. And then Friday, really cool day. You got the NASCAR Camping World or Craftsman now back again. We used to get made fun of saying Craftsman, and now it's what we're supposed to say again. So Craftsman Truck Series going to be there, plus the ARCA Series. And I think that's going to be a pretty fun one. Those ARCA kids starting to put on a pretty cool show. And then, of course, we've got the Xfinity Series, and then the Cup Series, the Coca-Cola 600. Everybody says this NASCAR car is only good on the 1.5 miles. Well, we got the 1.5 miles that everybody loves to win at, and we'll find out how good that race car is. I think it's going to be a dandy Coca-Cola 600 at Charlotte this time.
I tell you what, with this new car they got, it seems like the racing is a little bit better than it has been in a while. But look at the close finishes they've had. I mean, it's really something else. And I think at Charlotte, it's going to be a big deal for them at Charlotte, too.
You know, it's going to be another big deal. That helicopter flying in with Kyle Larson.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm
wondering. I think that's very interesting. That's going to happen.
If he wins, what happens? Does he cut the ceremony short? And
I don't know.
You better drink that milk. Darn well drink that milk, kiss that trophy, put your hands in cement or whatever else they need, but get on that plane. You got 600 to do at Charlotte.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome to see. And look, Lenny, while I got you on here, I don't know whether it's gonna be Friday night or Saturday night, but we've been invited over to Todd Davis. He does the factory canopies guy, Todd Davis. He's over there in 1 and 2. He's on at he's got a place over there where he brings his bus and all that and parks it over there. He wants us to do a show from over there. And I would love to have you come by and at least visit with us if you get the chance.
I know Friday, I think I'm doing it solo on Friday because Steve Post will be working for MRN on pit road with the Truck Series and the ARCA Series. Maybe Saturday, because that should be a little bit of a lighter day.
That's what I'm hoping that's what we're going to be doing, but that's he's asked us to do it, and I think it'd be a lot of fun to do one. And he's going to get some drivers from the Xfinity Series and the trucks or whatever to come up there and be a part of the show. So that'd be cool.
Everything you do helps inform the fan, build the sport, and it's always fun and entertaining to watch the fun that you guys have. And I think it'll be a blast for you to do it at Charlotte.
I think so. I think we were looking forward to it. Scott and I've already talked about some things, and we can't wait to see if we can get that done. We're hoping we'll get it all set up.
Well, I look forward to hearing of its success if I can't be there to see it in person.
All right. Well, Lenny, we appreciate you spending some time with us. I know you're a busy man. You probably got to go out there and do some more work before you go off tomorrow and off to Mississippi too.
Mississippi's going to be something. 12 hours to get there, and then 2 big days of some fantastic dirt track racing at the House of Hook. Why not? Why not Motorsports Park?
Yeah. All right. Well,
So-
you have a good time, and I can't wait to see you when we get there. Probably be next Friday when we get there.
Look forward to it, guys. I'll be in the booth. We'll see you up there. Take care.
All
Have a
right,
good
man.
night. Thank
All right,
you.
talk to you
Bye-bye.
later. Appreciate it, Lynn. Thanks.
Yes, sir. Bye-bye.
He is I mean, I don't know if Adam talked to him much while he was here, but he's an awesome guy, and he's taken an interest in us. And he the first time I called him to get him on the show, and he was all excited about it. Next thing I know, he was retweeting our stuff out and doing all this other stuff and getting involved. And it's huge when you have somebody like Lenny BATYCKI on it, and that's really cool for us. And
Yeah, he
I'm
was
just
at the
happy.
Chambeluzzo race.
yeah, y'all. I mean, well, you were down there.
That was great though, but I got a chance to come up here afterwards and talk with him and Brian.
Yeah, well, we were sitting in here with him
Yeah.
during the Palooza race, and some of the things he can come up with out of some of the stands and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I mean, he's good. I mean, he just
I can tell just that quick. Yeah, it's really good.
and it's an honor for us to just know this guy because we go to Charlotte or something, and
He's everywhere.
yeah, Lenny's there, and he's mentioned us and on the loudspeaker there at Charlotte.
Well, you guys are getting bigger. I mean, this last couple of years that I've really been following, you guys are getting bigger and bigger. I mean, it takes you 15 minutes just to go through your sponsors now, the first part of the show.
Well,
I know it'd be the last part of the show this time, but
it's great to have that little bit of backing that we got, and it's really fun.
and it's y'all people all over. Again, I appreciate you giving us dirt guys a little bit of a platform. I feel like he said, the power of this YouTube and what like the Hunt the Front. They started with a YouTube channel, and now what they have going, a series and the cars and everything that they have going with the Hunt the Front guys is huge.
Yep.
And some of the other guys that have with social media and the power of it, and like I say, a lot of people talking about dirt and stuff. It's really taking more of a, not a front seat per se, but it's.
I mean,
getting
a
more and
lot
more
of these
attention.
guys that are running the dirt. I mean, like Kyle Larson runs the dirt all the time, and I mean, I heard Rick Hendrick say that that's what he does. That's his bread and butter. He loves dirt racing, and they were talking about, well, are you going to try to take him out of the dirt? He said the only time we're going to take him out of the dirt car is during championship time. So championship time, he will not be in a dirt car. He wants his sole focus on that.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
He's getting more and more drivers to come do it now. I'm noticing.
Oh yeah.
Starting to take them.
And and you don't know that it's a possibility. I don't know who it's going to be or what, but a couple of guys, NASCAR guys, have said they were thinking about coming here to run the Cars Tour.
Yeah.
So I've heard that,
And the Hampton Heat.
yeah, I've heard Dale Jr. say he may pull his slate model out for the Cars race.
Wondering.
He said his next race was late July.
So yeah, he may be here for the Hampton Heat instead of the
knows?
Cars Tour. Yeah. So I don't know. All right, I'm gonna do the winners and losers and everything. Grier is wanting to know who the driver of the week is. So anyway, in the Cup Series, they were all down at Darlington this past weekend. The winner was Brad Keselowski, his first win in 110 races. 110 races. He finally, and you know what?
One with Jack.
Huh?
And won it with Jack. Jack Roush.
Yeah,
Not you.
I know, but I'm saying
Could have been.
the first race he won in the Cup Series. Where was that at? Where was that race at?
Dega.
Dega.
Talladega, right?
Yes, and you know what?
Carl Edwards was in the.
That was in the
Yeah,
yes when he was in the.
but you know what?
Indian Casino.
That's all cool. That's the Miccosukee. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But you know what's cool about all that? For
I
me,
know that.
that was my son's first race in NASCAR.
Oh,
Okay.
He was on Brett. That was his first race, his first time on the road with James Finch and the Miccosukee guys. They went down and they won the race. And it was his first race he was ever
And he wins.
and he wins.
Wow.
Wow.
What a story.
And
That's
so
awesome.
that was really cool for me because he was calling me as he was running down pit road.
Right.
He was calling me on the phone, Dad, we won. I said, no, I'm sitting here watching. You know, he just, we won. He just, oh,
That is
I don't even know where Victory Lane is. I'm supposed to be going.
That
It was
is
really cool.
So awesome.
That was really cool.
I admired what Brad took on to turn Rouse around, Ford around.
That
Was an undertaking,
was a big deal.
and I'd say he has done it.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah, him and Chris Buescher have done a great job. In the Xfinity Series, Justin Allgaier got to win. The Truck Series, Ross Chastain got to win in the Truck Series. That was a pretty come from behind win for Ross to get into that position. At Nashville, they ran the ARCA race down there. William Sawalich won the race, and the second place finisher, Isabella Robusto, was second in that race. That is Butterbean's teammate at Pulliam.
is it?
And she was driving Venturini's car and finished second. Down at Kingsport, Jacob York got win number 1 in the late models. Late model race number 2, Hunter Morgan got the win, and I understand he pissed off half of Kingsport after that race. I'm not sure what all took place. Don't know. All I know is that Chase Dixon put out a thing saying that the team has put him on probation through the end of the year.
Oh.
So whatever he did, he ticked a whole bunch of people off. So that's
Still got
in the Mod 4 race, Kevin Canner got 2 wins in the Mod 4s. He is now undefeated at Kingsport for the last, year before last and this year. And then last year, he won all his races over at Lonesome Pine. So he has won probably in the last 3 years, he's won probably 30-some races. Wow. In the Mod 4s. And he's awesome. He's an awesome driver.
Right.
At Southern National, Ryan Joyner got the win in the late models, and Eloy Falcon got the second win. At Sobo, Peyton Sellers got both late model wins. At Florence Speedway, Cody Kelly got the win. At Hickory, Michael Bumgardner got the win, and Skylar Cheney got a win, both of them in late models. Here at Langley Speedway this past weekend, I guess we don't really have to talk about it too much, but Connor Hall, I think there were some other cars out there with him.
I thought I saw something.
Yeah. Connor Hall got win in both races. In the Grand Stocks, Tim Wilson got the win. In the Legends, Cody Carlton got his second straight win, and that's a big deal for him. Super Streets, Landon Abbott got the win. I guess it was his time to show up here and get a win and go home. And the Bandos, Nevaeh Edwards got the win, and in Enduros, Thomas Fontaine. Now, NASCAR announced today that they're going to have an in-season tournament. Now, I don't know how this is going to work. It's during the NBC's part of the year. They're going to.
I think it's TNT.
It's a TNT, whatever. Anyway, during that time, they're going to field the team up like a grid of I guess it's like the NCAA basketball grid.
Yeah, they have 3 qualifying races. They set a 32-car grid. Everybody has a charter, only gets in. So no open cars. And it's just you versus me. And then you beat me, you go on and face next guy. It's
Okay.
5 races until one guy's left.
Yeah, till one guy's left, and he gets $1 million.
3 races to determine seeding, and then 5 races.
It came out today.
It came out today.
I'm unaware of that. All right.
Yeah.
Wow.
This
That's a
morning,
pretty
I
big
think.
deal. Of course, we know about the pro late models were rained out tonight at down at Wilkesboro, so that's a pretty big deal. The number 1 Xfinity team for Junior Motorsports was penalized today, 10 owners points and 10 drivers points for a modified. They did some kind of modified change on their car. They modified something on the car, and it was not taken back through tech inspection, so they got hit with it. And their crew chief is suspended for Charlotte. He cannot go to Charlotte. So that's a pretty big deal. Also, want everybody to keep their thoughts and prayers for Bob Hawkins.
Spotted Bob.
Spotter Bob, he had a stroke, I think they said, and he's been in the hospital, and I understand he's had some hard times, but I don't know. I haven't heard anything the last couple of days. So everybody keep him in your thoughts and prayers. I know he's kin to or he's real close friends or something with Buck. I know him and Buck are tight because last time Buck was here, he came with him. So that's really cool. So I hope everything works out good for him. Also, driver of the week this week. Well, the vote said it. Brent Burgess is got the driver of the week this week because he had such a good race in the. I think it was,
Almost won it, man. He almost won it.
I know he was supposedly giving him a hard time there in that race.
Yeah, he was close, and then had something happen and finished third. I don't remember what happened to him. Oh, I think it was a lap car that got in his way or something. Lap car hit him. He had to start out back.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember that now. Yeah.
He was running second and almost took the lead and got taken out. He came back and finished third, I think.
So, big weekend. So Brent Burgess is our driver of the week, and you know Troy Brickhouse Jr.
I do.
Okay, he says I see you talking to a wheelman, Roger Bell. So does he know you very well?
He will next Friday, won't he?
Yeah, we've had some good racing on the track.
So do y'all don't race this weekend?
So no, we're off for the next 2 weeks.
That's
Actually,
Memorial Day, don't you? Memorial Day weekend, I think.
Yeah, I think we're off Memorial Day. I looked all this up. The next race is we're off. We didn't race, we rained out. We're off this Friday coming, and the next Friday, the following Friday, we're back.
The end of May.
Yeah, it should be like the end 30th or something like that.
Yeah,
Got a birthday the 27th.
the first is Saturday. That's course.
So how old are you on your birthday?
Oh, man, you start losing count after a while. 47.
That was a good answer.
And that is going to be Steel Block Bandits, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if it's 20,000 for the total purse. Let me double check that. I meant to check that. But they a big race, Steel Block Bandits. Come on down. They're doing some great things down there at Dixieland Speedway. You know, it's a quick drive.
I got to get down there. I got to get there
in Hampton Roads.
I got to get back down there.
It's worth the drive. Come get you a dirt trap barbecue and a sweet tea. I highly recommend the funnel fries. They are awesome. There's been great racing down there. The Sportsman class has been putting on a good show. Might be a little partial. Super Streets, they had the most cars I've seen down there in a long time. They had a big class. They put on a good race. Some of the guys are starting to come from Halifax and some other tracks and trickle in. They're trying to work things to.
No, Halifax have a big race. The Halifax has a big race this weekend.
Yes, they do. A couple of guys from Dixieland and gals, Holly.
Yeah, she's going there.
Is going there to run Saturday. So yeah, come on, check us out. Like I say, Dixieland Speedway, they're doing great things. We could use the support, bring a friend, and I don't think you'll be disappointed. I think you'll be back. So look forward to seeing you and meeting you, and appreciate all the support.
All right, let's look at our sponsors for the show tonight. The first one is Fast Eddie's Barbecue. Man, you can't beat Eddie's Barbecue. I don't care what anybody says. Eddie made barbecue for us it's been a few weeks now. And I'm gonna tell you what, that was some good barbecue. I have to say. Also, Papa John's, who delivers us, don't deliver, I go pick it up, all the pizzas for our show. And if you order online and use Dodson25 at papajohns.com, you will get 25% off your pizzas. So Mayhem Company, Erin Goodman, who was here earlier, she's also involved with the Stars series. So that's her company. She helps us out with some graphics and things like that from time to time. RDS Performance, that's Dwayne Skinnell's Performance. I think he's got Aiden Millette.
He's got a bunch.
Aiden Millette, what's the guy, the 09? Rogers.
Michael Rogers.
Michael Rogers. He's got that car. So that's a pretty big, he's got a pretty big operation. So if you need your car set up or worked on or whatever, give him a holler. Mean Dean's Automotive and Grier and Associates. Grier and Associates and Mean Dean's are the title sponsor of our show this year.
Where are they from, Jack?
Where's it? What's that place at?
Oh,
There you go. There, they said it. That's where he's at. So I didn't have to. You see, I got out of that too. Gator Graphics, Sammy Gator. He's done some stuff for us as far as with the banquet last year and everything. But he does screen printing, digital printing, and sublimation stuff. And he's also now getting into the BP racing gas and stuff like that. He's getting into some parts and stuff. So hopefully everybody will give him a call sometime. My buddies out at Southampton Motor Speedway. The 25th, they're going to have their first go-kart race at Southampton Speedway. They're going to have like 7 or 8 go-kart races this year. And the hope is they get a good thing going there. They've put the things back in the infield. The jersey walls and everything are back in the infield. Hopefully they're looking at maybe doing some stock cars, maybe like an enduro or something like that to start off with, and try to gradually build back. But it'll take some time, and good luck to them, because that's like 5 miles from my house. So it'd be nice to go down there and be able to watch some racing there too.
yeah.
Pepsi, our drink of choice, and we appreciate them with everything they do for us. Mosquito Joe, Robert Runnels.
God bless him.
He is something else. Him and Bill Aker and Thomas Fontaine, they're good, and they came on board our show this year, and we really appreciate all they do for us. Waltrip Power Washing Solutions, Hunter Waltrip.
I hope they get that car turned around, man.
I do too. He needs some luck.
I need some luck.
Really big time. His truck ain't even had good luck this year, hardly.
I saw that.
Turn 2 Synthetics, the Amsoil, that is also Hunter Waltrip. So if you need anything like that from Amsoil, the Amsoil dealer, call Hunter Waltrip. Langley Motor Speedway, I want to thank Bill, Chuck, and Terry, everybody here at Langley for making us a part of this, making us a part of the family. We really appreciate every time we come here and do our show. It's a big deal for us. It probably has benefited us a lot more than it's benefited Langley, but we appreciate them being involved, and it's great because of that we have people like Adam and Brian and Buck and all them to help us out. They come and help us out on the show when we call on them, and I really appreciate that. Bondrett Brothers Distillery from over in Chase City, Virginia. Robert Bondrett, some good moonshine if you're into that. I've got some at home, but I try. Now I say I'm gonna bring it to the show, but every time I get ready to bring it to the show, we've got a kid here, and I don't want that to come up. McAllister and MPM Precision Marketing. Tanya McAllister, she does a lot for career advancement and driver promotions and graphic designs and press releases. She works with the drivers and teaches them about social media and how to act when they're at the racetrack. It's really a big deal. Black Acid Apparel. We appreciate everything that Bill Petroff has done for us. They send us stuff a lot of times, and we really appreciate it. Tim Brown over at Slinger Speed. Now, he's getting involved in a lot of things from what we heard tonight. So it's going to be really big, and we appreciate everything he does for us. Todd Davis at Factory Canopies and Fluid Logic. And that's a big deal. We're hopefully going to be able to get this thing together. We're going to do a show at Charlotte Motor Speedway in the turn 1 and 2 up in the where the buses are up there. VA811.com. Appreciate they've been with us ever since we've been on the show and doing the show. And GAC, Great American Company, is a construction company. It's an enterprise. He has construction up and down the East Coast all the way to Texas. He's got a lot of stuff going on. I appreciate Guillermo Amaya for being involved with us, and he's been with us just about ever since we started. So that's really a big deal. So
Big things, man.
yeah,
We're doing big things on the Jack Dodson show here.
yeah, it's a lot of
We've
fun.
got out or
Asia.
Brian.
Well, You know, it always seems like the show gets higher class when we bring Adam and Brian in here. You know, it's, you know, I didn't even see Adam pick up a piece of pizza and eat it. Brian, I mean, not Brian, Scott will sit here and eat the whole show if he could.
Right.
So anyway, so anyway, Eddie Clark says Eddie Clark gave us a lesson in how to cook barbecue the last time he cooked it for us.
Wow.
So,
I'm gonna have to get in on some of that here one time.
so yeah, next time we get you over here, we'll try to get the barbecue here.
I would be.
I have to. You have to. That's something I have to schedule down the road.
Yeah.
I can't just call him and do it.
I know. Get that. Troy, yeah. Grier, the Tater and Mater racing. Jeff is running our class. Yeah, Jeff. I learned a lot from Jeff Shipley. He was one of the drivers that way back took me and grabbed me up by the. Said, "Come here, boy." I tried to go like 10 wide, past 10 cars, like the lap first. Yeah, I was in the mud trying to make things happen, and I was going to win it on the first race lap, man.
Didn't work that way.
Well, yeah. Knocked some people out the way, and like Richard Childress said, you know, he'd rather have somebody he's got to woe back than have to push. So,
Eddie Clark says we need to take some barbecue down to Dixieland.
hey, I'm telling you,
Sounds like a good time.
it would be well welcome.
All we'll do is set that up, Eddie. I'll get with you and we'll set that up sometime. We'll take off and go down there. That'd be a lot of fun. All right, next week's show. Justin Kern's going to be with us next week. He's going to be talking about Wacky Wednesdays. So we're going to see how that
Get
goes.
over here. I've never actually been here.
I've never been one for
Wednesday.
either.
And I've been saying it, but I want to get over here and watch. Watched videos. It looks like a fun time. You can tell they have a blast.
Now, on the 28th,
29th.
no, huh?
Oh, Wacky starts on the 29th.
On the 28th. See, I'm not talking about your wacky stuff yet. We'll talk about that next week.
Okay.
But the 28th, we're going to have a special show here on the 28th. We're going to bring the boys back. Our show hit all-time highs with these boys.
Uh-oh.
So we're going to have them back again. We're going to have Ryan Matthews, Riley Music, Jacob Derrick, and Cody Bryant.
Yeah.
Big guns.
So what we did last time, Scott and I moved to the side and let them have the front of the show here. And they asked each other questions back and forth, and it was a lot of fun. So we're going to bring them back, and we're going to do some more with them. People have been asking, please bring them back. Please bring them back. So everything, they don't like us as much as they like them. So please
Well, they got to follow it. I see all the people that come when they get a chance to get a picture taken or something. Watching those young guys, man, I tell you, they are talented. Following in the footsteps.
When they win, it's a party.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
It is a good thing. You can see the moms about to chew their fingernails off, and
all their, all the competitors want to take pictures with them too.
I know that's
What's so great about it.
it is awesome, man.
We're gonna be doing it for years.
Special thing, you got a special thing going on right now here.
So that's in 2 weeks, Jack, right?
That's in 2 weeks. We're going to turn it over to them in 2 weeks. I got to get it all set up and make sure we're all good with it. But last time I talked to them, they were good with that. So we're going to try to get that. Next week, we'll talk Wacky Wednesday.
Sure.
So you're involved in Wacky Wednesday too, right?
I'm up here in the tower for it, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Dale Blankenship. He's still doing pit lane.
Oh, okay. See, that I didn't know.
Yeah.
So that's cool. That's cool.
It's a big deal.
Good luck to you when you get back to racing
Appreciate
again.
it. Yeah.
Don't be a stranger and come back and see us again.
No, it's an honor. Thank you for having me.
Mhm.
And giving us some light and to help shine down there in Dixieland. And I know I was looking at Sportsman don't race till June 14th, like Troy said. So they got some big races coming up, some big things down there at Dixieland. And like I say, come on down there, be a part. You won't be disappointed. The racing action is fast and fierce. And one thing we're going to do is stand on it. And we'll fling it sideways, and it's raw. And
I'm just glad you can't get in the water no more.
get into the what? The water?
Yeah. you know, down there in 3 and 4 at one time, and you went off the back of there, you went down in the water.
Yeah, well,
It's not down there no more. Because y'all pitting, some cars are pitting back
well,
there
they're
now.
pitting now. They're pitting. It's still there. Taco Bell, they call it. The big ditch is called Taco Bell. And it will eat you up. They are so on the other side of that is where they're pitting, and it was full last week. The outside pits were completely packed, which that's great. Like I say, you know, Red and them stepped away.
Yeah.
HC them is trying to it has taken it over and you know, doing new things and bringing some new people and some sponsors and some eyes and like I say, we have a beautiful, awesome website now and so many things that
Huge merchandise trailer out
yeah,
there, too.
a lot of merchandise.
Makes ours look silly, Jack.
Yeah,
Well,
Deal.
going on.
Big deal.
A lot of
Right there by
Dixieland
the
shirts walking around.
concession
Yep. They got a huge,
I'm going to get down there. I gotta
Keep
make
saying that. I mean, I'm just
Well, look,
saying
I come down there one time
I
last
know we got
year.
rained out.
I was riding down there and I had gotten right to that what is it? Gosh, I can't think of the name of the little place just before you get to the racetrack.
Morgan's Corner.
Morgan's Corner. I was getting right there and I looked at my phone and they said the race had been canceled. I said, man. So I went to that little Shell station right there at the crossroads,
Mm-hmm.
picked up something to eat and turned around, went all the way back.
Went all the way back. And I know you got a ride. You're coming from up the road, but again, I appreciate it. I'm just happy to be here. I'd like to thank Moody's, RBH Plumbing, and Racers Helping, Racers Foundation, and we can certainly use some more sponsors. Anybody wants to come on board? We'll put you up there and we'll have a good time doing it. I appreciate everybody and all y'all.
All right, that's our show for tonight. I want to thank Adam for last minute. I called Adam and he came over, and I really appreciate that.
Man. Call me anytime.
So I appreciate you doing that,
Yeah, thanks
and
for having me.
it's great to have you here. I mean, you know, you and Brian and Buck, when y'all come over, it's really fun to have everybody here with us. So that's our show. We'll see you again next week, and we'll talk to you again soon.